Hello, I'm the Happy Java, and welcome to my review on the Brick Bank. This is the 11th modular, I believe, and I feel like I sort of owe it an apology, because in my unboxing video I said if it wasn't for the fact this was part of the modular series, and I was collecting the modular series, I probably wouldn't have even bought this set. But now that I have built it and have had it sitting on my desk for a week now, it has grown on me, and I do like this set. I certainly think it's a step up from the Detective's Office, which in my opinion was the weakest modular building to date. And the fact that it, in the UK anyway, it's down from the £130 to £120, despite actually having more pieces than the Detective's Office. So that's nice. I know in America they've raised the price, which isn't cool at all, but here it's back to that sweet £120 price point. But I still do have some problems with the set. Well, quite a few problems actually, so let's just get into that. Alright, let's start off with the fact that this is the fourth corner building, when really this is the view from the corner, and well, it doesn't look like the other corner buildings. The others had their like main face on the side, and they had the doorway on the side. And obviously this one's a lot different, with the face being on the front. And I admired them for doing something different, but this does look really weird in my city. I mean, look, it looks fine from this angle, because like it's in line with all the other buildings, but then when you come to this angle it just looks weird, because the face isn't in line with the other buildings. I mean, what? Why? I think the most frustrating thing about it looking like this is the fact that it's a waste of the corner building format. Obviously, being a corner building, we get a lot less of them than we do the standard buildings. So when you do finally get one, you better hope they get it right. And in my opinion, they don't here. I think that this actually would have looked much better as just the standard flat building. So like this, and then the laundromat was just put on the side here. I think that would have worked far better, and it would have given you even more space in the laundromat and the bank. So why they didn't do that, I have no idea. I think maybe they might have thought it looks too similar to the Detective's Office, so they changed it and they just folded it over and sold it as a corner building instead. I don't know, but you can bet your sweet baby I ain't happy about it. So as a corner building, the set fails, but how does it work as an actual modular itself? I'm just going to remove the figures because they keep falling over and annoying me. And the design itself, I actually really dig, despite continuing the horrible trend of downsizing the modulars. I do really like the look of this thing. I love the colour palette. I think the white really makes this one stand out, because none of the other buildings have used white as a primary colour. So that looks lovely. I like the way it turns to grey on the bottom. That looks really nice. And even this like weird browny, nougaty area that really shouldn't work, I think works, and it looks nice. This actually represents the interior of the bank still, despite like it looks like a separate building, but for some reason that's like the office in the bank. That makes no sense to me, and adds to another problem with the modular that I'll address later when we look at the interior. Another thing I really like is the lovely sand green. Sand green just in the windows. Again, it stands out, and sand green's a lovely colour we really don't get enough of. It's gubbins along the pavement. We get this sort of nice sandy area in front of the laundromat. The iconic white lamppost, which I just broke, that of course needs to come in all the modular sets. And this really swanky looking bench. It almost looks too swanky compared to the rest of the modular buildings that have had the standard brown bench, but I really like the way it looks. Not sure if it fits in with all the other modulars. And then we get the usual sort of tile detailing that you get on all the corner buildings. And on the corner tile detailing spectrum, I'd say it's above the Palace Cinema and the Cafe Corner, but certainly below the Grand Emporium, which just had the mad, fantastic tiles on it. And then we also get this pretty rubbish looking tree. I mean, it doesn't look great. I'll probably just remove it. As far as quirky modular techniques go, we have the zipline pieces for the roof detail, some silver cupcake tops, and this awesome Gothic-esque statue. And of course we have the gold bar pieces that line the wall in the grey colour, which look fantastic. That effect is accomplished with a brand new 2016 piece, or I believe it's new, which almost seems like cheating. It's such a game changer in the in the Lego palette, but it's a cool piece nonetheless. Last bit of interior to talk about is this super sharp looking skylight. I really like the way this integrates in. Like, these are on hinge pieces. It's sort of the bay window technique that was used on the pet shop, but even more efficient than that, I think. So yeah, that's really cool. Sand green windows, of course. And I quite like this roof area, the way there's a ledge here, and that the door sort of comes out like this. And what's this? Oh, it's a comically oversized chimney for play features. You also get this ladder and a bucket of water, and so you can get a guy to clean the clock. Ah, I forgot to talk about the clock. The clock's cool. It's like nicely detailed, and yeah, it just sort of sits on the corner. I like the clock. It's cool. Right, starting out with the ground floor, or the first floor, if you're American and wrong. We have the actual bank itself, and it's a little cramped. Not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I would have preferred this to be much bigger, which would have been avoided if all this laundromat section was just taken out, but we'll get to that in a second. There's this nice attempt at a carpet, I guess. It uses the Nexonite pieces here, like the shield pieces, which have this weird indent that goes into the carpet, which sort of makes it look weird to me. I'm not a huge fan of that. But this is cool and creative. The use of glass doors on their side for the sort of talking guard place. I think that's clever and cool. And there's even a little gap where you can slide through money under there. There. There's a little gap. There's a trans blue hedge used as a vase for those plants, which is cool. Sorry guys, I'm really bad with the interiors, but there's a coin that's just sitting there, because why not? And a little table with a quill and a little letter that you can write to your lovers. And behind that we have this nice printed tile painting photo thing. I've never seen that piece before, so that's cool to get. And behind there we have those trans red buttons on either side, in case you're getting robbed, which is of course to be expected in Lego City, that is just rife full of crime and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's good. And with this area, you can actually remove a big portion of it to make it easier to review. Isn't that convenient? So there's the comically oversized chimney, and then this comes out. Yeah. But before we get to that stuff, let's take a quick look at the safe itself. It's got this cool mechanic where you can't actually open it when it's like this, but once you twist it, you can open it right on up. And also, this piece opens for easier access. And in there, since I removed that bit, there's just sort of piles of money, which is quite cool. Not much money, really, considering it's a bank, but of course that's just because they were super restricted for space. And with all the washing machines taken out, here's a look at the laundromat. So this wall is supposed to just be washing machines. I'll show you that later. But in here, we really don't have much space at all. There's this really nice tiled floor effect, which I really dig. On the wall, there's a Daily Babbler from Scooby-Doo, because, I don't know, maybe the person who owns this laundromat is a big Scooby-Doo fan nerd. And then there's one single chair and a tiny little table. So yeah, they are really restricted with space for this thing, which makes you wonder why they even did it anyway. Again, we'll come to that. I keep teasing these big criticisms, but we're about to get to it, don't you worry. Here's a look at that section that I removed. There's all these cute little washing machines. I really like the design of those. But that one's red. Whoa! Whoa! Quirky play feature time! So, this is actually, you remove this, inside there's money. Oh no, someone's putting money in the washing machine. Then you close that up, and you spin it around. Ooh, what's this? There's this nice printed stud here. But if you open these puppies up, look, there's gold in there, and there's diamonds in there, and there's some more nice printed coins. You get an extra piece of these nice 5-cent coins, which are cool. But the idea is, you shove money through there, and supposedly it should go to that bottom cell, but it doesn't seem to be working. Come on, Lego, this is your one gimmick. Make it work. There it goes. And then if you open this up, oh boy, look, it slipped out. Isn't that so quirky? Everyone who buys Modular says it's just gonna love this. what it looks like with all the washing machines actually in there, and I actually really like that look. I think it's super appropriate, and it is kind of cramped, but I think that sort of works for like a little laundromat. I think it's quite cute. Honestly, as a whole, I found this ground floor pretty disappointing. I like the sideways windows and the actual practicality of the safe door, but beyond that, there's really not much that I really care for in here. And especially with my second biggest problem in the set, this is all the laundromat is. Just this section. This entire laundromat gimmick is just for this bit. Like, what's the point of that? As I said, the next floor is part of the bank again. This is all the laundromat was. So, obviously, like, a bank is a great concept for a modular building. That would have been a perfect corner building. Just do it properly. The entire corner is just the bank. The entire building. But instead, we sacrificed this tiny section for the laundromat, which takes up space here and removes the fact that we can have a corner building. Oh, the neon sign looks cool with the light coming from it. Forget about that! I'm mad! Because, like, just this tiny section ruined the entire potential that this set could have been. I mean, why did you do that? Was it just a whole joke about money laundering? Is that it? That's hilarious, Lego! You ruined this entire concept for the sake of a joke! I hope you're happy, you stupid... Moving on to the first floor. I like the way that this sort of window for the main man's office, like, looks over the bank. I think that's cool. It's reminds me of like a real office building. I like that. And here you got a pretty generic section. This entire floor is pretty generic for a modular building. There's this desk that uses these sort of specially molded pieces, which I assume are Nexonite as well, which look kind of weird. Then on the other side, we have the office, which is cool. And you can see that weird nuggety wall. But I do like the dark green wall. I think that looks nice, adds a bit of difference. The modulars are really good at making nice chairs. So this is another cool chair design. He's got a stone parrot above his drawers, because why not? He's the boss, he's allowed to have that. A cool little stamp. And I really like this table design, actually. Like, it's built on its side, so it has that cool grey and the wood inside. That looks cool. And then we get this exclusive tile print that I guess is supposed to represent this guy's forefathers or whatever. Like the main man who started the bank, which is quite cool. But that really is it for the second floor. There isn't much to it. And the last thing, which I guess is technically a part of this floor, is this nice chandelier piece that's actually connected to the roof there. But that just goes over the top here and fits into that main hall area. And if I get this connected on properly, we shine the light through there. Moving on to the 5 minifigures we get in this set, and it's actually a really nice selection, I think. First we get this clerk who has his really nice waistcoat and watch on, his fog watch. Looks like a cool dude. He's got his slick backed hair, which has become very common now, but yeah, that's cool. And then we get this figure, which might look a bit different to the more keen-eyed viewers of yours. I actually received this torso instead of this one, which should have come with it. This is the standard suit that I have hundreds of. It's a very common one. I watched a bunch of reviews and stuff, and they all had this torso. So I think just the batch that I had gave me this different kind of torso instead. And I'm certainly not upset about that, because 1, that means I'm special, and 2, this is actually the Bruce Wayne torso from the new 60s Batcave. So this torso is obviously much more valuable than this one is. So, yeah, I'm not mad about that. It's just a weird sort of thing. I don't know if for this particular batch of the set they just ran out of the torso, or because they're very similar, the torsos just got mixed up. But yeah, as I said, I'm not upset about it. Here's the photographer, who has the Black Widow hairpiece, which is really nice. I really like that. And this is probably my favourite minifigure in the set, just because all the bright colours look really nice. I love the lime green, the lovely, lovely pink. She's got a nice heart on her necklace. And it's just a really nice looking figure. They all have back printing, by the way. So. And then there's this character who has this cool hairpiece. I'm not actually sure where this came from, but in dark brown it would make a really good Marty McFly hairpiece. And this is another really nice torso. I've seen this in a lot of city ones, so I know this certainly is an exclusive. I'm not sure if this is. It might be. That would be cool if it was. But yeah, this is pretty generic. I really like that hairpiece. And this girl has won a big old check that's printed. I don't know what sort of contest she's won, but great job you. Valued customer. This child is a valued customer at the Brick Bank. And she has this interesting torso that has a big old medal on it. Again, I feel like this is probably exclusive. She's wearing a cravat, which is strange for a small child. She's got the nice purple legs that come with the penguin. And that hairpiece, which I swear is in every single modular set. Is this the same little girl that is in loads of these modular sets? Might be the Palace Cinema one. But yeah, a very nice selection of minifigures, and they all come with that classic face, which is lovely. I don't know, guys, there's something fishy about this minifigure. It's Quirky play feature time! It does actually come with the hockey mask and the bandit hat in this set, because she's gonna do some Quirky play feature business. Ooh, Quirky, 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 Quirky. Oh, I love play features. I love playing with my £120 Lego set. Oh, she's in. She's gonna steal all the money. Oh, I love play features. Alright, so overall, what do I think of this set? Well, as I predicted last year, play features are just going to become more common. And on first glance, it seems like this play feature isn't too intrusive. I mean, it's just the chimney. What's the big deal? But the whole laundromat thing, like, was the laundromat just included just so they could include play features? Because I think the laundromat is the big problem with this set, because it just sort of has a big knock-on effect on the rest of the design. This would have been awesome as just, the whole thing is just a bank, just a corner building bank. That would have been fantastic. But like, even if this continuation, if this part was just the bank as well, rather than the laundromat, so we would have had more space on the interior. But the inclusion of the laundromat, which really doesn't add anything to the set, just sort of, not ruins it, but puts a big damper on it. But luckily, the actual exterior design itself is fantastic, even if the interior leaves a little bit to be desired, I think. The minifigure selection you get is great, and I don't think the size is a big deal. I'm pretty happy with the size of this set, especially since I didn't pay as much of it for it. If you're in America and you have to pay the increased price, that sucks. I'm sorry about that, but if you're a modular collector, I guess you don't care too much. But I do think this is better than the Detective's Office, but is it better than the others? I don't know. It's just the play features, man. It's just LEGO don't seem to understand. This is the modular line is the one line where you can forget about the snot-nosed kids and just make it for the adult collectors. Just do those super intricate, super complicated, awesome designs. Throw all play features out the window. It's all about the design. But LEGO seem to have forgotten that recently, because the Detective's Office probably sold better than any other modular, so they think, play features, that's what the people want. That adult man wants to put a minifigure down a chimney. Can you imagine an adult playing with these play features, like jamming their massive hands into the washing machine? Because, oh, look, I'm money laundering. Oh, it's just awful. No one who can afford this set is interested in the play features. So it's just really frustrating, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. Especially if that awful Ultimate Collector's Star Wars set is any indication. We're just falling down this deep dark hole of LEGO, forgetting about the adult collectors. But those are just my 2 cents. Let me know your opinion in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching this review. And I'll do a city update and putting this into my city later on, so look forward to that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's whip it open. Ta-da! That one sounds like my MacBook. Alright, let's get the flappy flaps out the way.